Nkisi TV amandegere y'umuguzi aya nayatekere chingakechi ime ya Nkisi TV.
Chitariki ni sano na ibere homoti nyino yukomi mwakano yogwechiru ibere mwanse ibere netano mwanchomo ligalinde no kwegena mbiyole andausi ya sole na gukwanire nabaigo kwaligane kwa nyora ya tikire Chinsa Inye chabo no butuko litirane CYRUS NYAKUNDI na go sabirobe na incho ikomo elio
aya na ya tikire chingakechi ime ya Nkisi TV.
Go chaka haya tikire Chinsa Inye nigo homo women republic county ya Kisii Doris Donyaburi nigo homo basolero hauro kigutago kikwaye kubwatikana nepo na singe nenasi habari mibeka miligicha e kurua sorongo rwagusi baba bakanyora kugwana samagachu yebunge nene donya nigo arukupulia asanyale kwera ruwabene na siki habari mebanyora epo na siyenke asibono hagosoreire guchikogende kigambero bunenchire yomo yokwene kibuno mulimi yo konyorale hobwene bwae.
Madam Speaker, I've done 3 statements on T-bonuses. Until today, Madam Speaker, I've not yet been given a response by the chairperson of Agriculture. As I was waiting for the response, Madam Speaker, we saw on news the farmers were now paid 10 shillings per kilo, Madam Speaker. When we were making the request for statement, the farmers had been paid 22 shillings, Madam Speaker. Now, I don't know it's because we shouted. I don't know it's because we made a statement, Madam Speaker, because when that statement was made, farmers from Kisii region, from Western, they called and said, at least we have someone who is taking care of our concerns. Now that we didn't get the response, Madam Speaker, and the farmers were paid 10 shillings per kilo, now we are receiving a blame from the farmers that we are the cause of their bonuses coming down by half, Madam Speaker. I'm not even wrong to say, yes, we have different types of workers, Madam Speaker. We have teachers, we have nurses. We want to tell our farmers to stop farming and go do what will give. I'm not, no point of order. I'm still here, Madam Speaker. We are aggrieved on this issue of T-bonuses. There is nothing to be proud about, Madam Speaker, and we need the Minister for Agriculture to come to this house and give us a response on why the tea farmers, especially from Kisii, Kericho, Western, they were paid peanuts. In fact, they were abused, Madam Speaker. I have no better language to express my concerns on what they've done to our tea farmers. I just need that response now, or else I'll not leave this house. Today I'm going to sleep here, Madam Speaker. The chair must answer. Madam Speaker, I thank Honorable Yegon. He has said that they replied 3 times and the answers were vague. Now I wanted to take this matter to court. I think the courts will serve us better than the Minister for Agriculture. So I need lawyers, Madam Speaker. Parliament has enough lawyers. I don't need the Ministry of Agriculture because another lawyer is here, Kaluma, working. So, Madam Speaker, please, I don't want to be engaged by the Ministry of Agriculture, but we do it judicially now, Madam Speaker, so that the farmers can get justice. Thank you.
Tikaraboigo sepona CHI nigo moseneta we county Nyamira omusko kongo mugeni murungane iri hakonyoro ke kwebali mibecha wetera sepona si ukwana chingaki chuni garra chingaki habali mibaganyete ubumanyiko rwa serikali nigo kongo harira bunana chiwekyo muswada gusibe bunge aso kwene kibuna ekemeri kyonko mokonya kere homulemi yo asa motukali mutwe.
Wana wote ditwari waga chikura ruto gata tetinga naenda kupanga kilimo. Wana gari watapanga na Chinsa. Wana magana yechai. Abantu baminto na tebetenga ntune kesa ukyomo usi. Chinga kichai kire tobana ita ko hamo. Tukwaniramo toro kinga ntora arobia injira serikali yotoira. Chibesa CYRUS rikorwese kiganje giye serikali. Gekaiwa bale mibecha yani be mesie wako we bonus na nje ndagenda bunge mbe ko muswada na induto wichibesa twaganwe bonus era wewe mwe na nje rabo mtakuwa na mimi hapo mbele ngoma ngamba na nje ikiagera chinse chonse pi serikali ngojere asiro mole na America aliekere whether ya beire mbe kemelia serekire serikali ego step in ya sugumo molemi edindo molemi mbosira ikiara mutasuku miri muri otorecha bona siringi 12 ngora goromo ngina tebe ya 12 no warekeni usina ni moja mambie ni moja mtu mkwani umata wewe wakisi mko sawa mata wewe mko sawa wakisi tuko sawa kweli hatuko sawa ikiare bonus ndio anye 12 chini sema ikomi mko najua chile chiko tayari shilingi ngapi shilingi 10 asa iko ile ndio chai ibanza wabajumbe bose ba orogongore turwausi tubwaterane tunyare usugume serikali ekole dia kolera bali biesukali na itodobe karuche besa sisi chitokonya lakini kala asinywe mwaite serikali yako hiyo miaka 5 krea asinyuru kimoga nyakara na yao korwa ekole analia ekole nka na bere ibono nye onye tobo jikoreka konyora na Ruto kasigetie umolemi 2027 tunasema Ruto ni wapi anaenda wapi na bere ibo
go tikana na yo habawatani habakurigereria habarwaire ba kansa nigo baba korokorobekana go ikase cha visi kinene chesha na baigo afya usi ime yo mucho Nairobi gunenchere ya moyo kwemuronganira emechanda baroira bubagwetera chinga kibakoligo bugweni ase chinyagitari ukwana chinga kicho nigo baba pakomochisha sogo tekerania bokoro ya chinga kibakoligo bugweni ase chinyagitari ase batebuna umoroberi omukoro NHF nigo hogo lenge okolibia kolenganiwa na sha.
Very bitter because in our space as caregivers, the care for the patients who are undergoing treatment, we find that they are abandoning treatment midway because the package is not enough, the share package is not enough. And now you're finding that most patients now are facing end of life, which is very, very, very painful.
Haitoshi matibabu yetu. Unaanza treatment inakatikia katikati. Ukienda hospitali kama Kenyatta, hata KU, wanakuambia kadi yako imekuwa exhausted.
Cancer patients of this country only have 4 asks. How many asks? 4. Number 1, improve the benefit design to reflect actual cancer costs, implement responsive approval systems, reform the biometric procedures, and ensure benefit packages and balances are clearly communicated to both facilities and patients. Yes. Is 100,000 Kenya shillings enough? No.
Pesa zote zimeisha. Nimekuwa maifo, matiti sijatolewa kwa sababu walikuwa nasema nikimaliza hiyo kemo nitatolewa matiti. Mpaka sasa hijatolewa, pesa wamesema hakuna. Ninasikia uchungu hata usiku wa tulali.
Familia kweli imechoka kutoka 2022 till then. Tumeseparate na mzee juu ya hii kitu. Watoto hawako financial stable. So hii ugonjwa inatumia pesa.
Onye wumurai wense Profesa Kithure Kindiki ni garura barai seji sekta kwene kibuna wekera nibale hamaganio ya wananchi ukwana chinga kyalenge kuigera umusangirekano wa 15 na 3 wikiombe gya komesa ase nyumba yemesangirekano ya KICC ime ya Nairobi. Kindiki ni goboigo harukubule gochia seji sekta chabanyene kubwaterana ne serikali cyorogongo rwa Afrika asoko ne kibuna ngwekera nibale hamagendero hayaragera Afrika kusuka motwe ke magendero.
We must think people and we must remain people-centric going forward, more than we've done before. The second issue is technology. Technology, especially digital technology, will define the world in the 21st century and will determine who calls the shots. And it is not true that all those who have called the shots in the past will continue calling the shots in the future. Those who will use technology well to find solutions for wealth creation, for progress and development. And I believe Africa is not sitting badly in terms of harnessing technology to define our future. Not be generating the technology ourselves. In fact, I dare say we don't have to. We only need to harness and make use of it and create wealth for our people in the shortest time possible. Excellencies other than the people and technology, the last driver that will turbocharge the wealth creation for Africa and for our region into the 21st century is going to be partnerships. And many speakers have eloquently spoken about the need for partnerships. The president of the bank, our bank, has already told us how partnerships have driven progress and growth for our institution and for our region within the member states. But we must look at bridging the gap between the public sector and the private sector so that we can be able to mobilize adequate resources to take Africa and COMESA forward. And I am not talking about financial resources alone. Financial resources are one, perhaps the most critical component. But then we also need intellectual resources because we need the best ideas that will define our progress going into the future. It is my pleasure to declare the 18th COMESA Business Forum officially open. Thank you.
Na sorgoti rumanchu mwaligeria tigatonyoro mutimo moketo koira na ntugende na ya tikira sinchira yogo ikirano.
Aya na ya tikire chinga kiechi ime ya Kisi TV. Eye Kisi TV amandegere yumugusi.
Babe, free bet is calling.
Yes, your free bet is calling at odibets.com.
Eye Kisi TV amandegere yumugusi.
Feel the pure, unfiltered power of football on Star Times.
And he's taken
Football as it's meant to be. That's the Bundesliga experience. Renew your subscription today at only 329 Kenya shillings for Nyota Bouquet on the aerial decoder. Feel the passion, artistry, and strength. La Liga brings you flair and creativity of Spanish football. The rising stars of the Saudi Pro League, the high-stakes energy of the Saudi Super Cup, and the unpredictable thrills of the Carabao Cup. Renew your subscription today at only 549 Kenya shillings for Nova Bouquet on the Dish Decoder. Download the Star Times app to never miss a match even when you are on the move. Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
Eye Kisi TV amandegere yumugusi.
Get your bonus when you join ODBets.
Eye Kisi TV amandegere yumugusi.
Nuganitie gutumika etaxinsa chinde chionsi ase chisabari chiao ose gutuma epasel goika egesieri kiao. Rapid Taxi nigo yachire gokurusiria stress ye aye omomenyo Kisi na Nyanza. Download app ya Rapid Taxi ase simu ya Android gose iPhone werikie otari wakana kende gionsi erio kurangeria etaxi yao nga kende yonsi. Obuya bwa Rapid Taxi nigo ebwateri goriria nseko wachi taxi chabo tambe. Abantereba babwate obumanyi bweigoro nigo bagokwenekeria oburendi n'amazingira mayaye sabari na mbabwate corporate travels nabo igo nabo go book mapema litukorie sabari litaraika nigo bakurwa obukareri ime ya Bosongo, Ogembo, Suneka, Tabaka, Ikoba, Migori, Rongo n'Ekinde na baria baraganiye kurikia kigali kyawa Rapid Taxi banyore kibesa nabo bakwerikia asamange bakeresimi wetera se namba 0754 381 777.
And strikes. Oh no, he's missed!
It's cashback, guys.
Lose one game on your multi-bet and get cashback on ODBets.
Eye Nkisi TV amandegere y'umugusi. Eye Nkisi TV amandegere y'umugusi. Aya nayatekire chingakechi ime ya Kisi TV.
Karibu nainde umwanchumo uligiriria waziri wekiganja kinene gya serikali John Mbadi igarure okubolia gocha sebyombe biri bikurwa makabesa gocha se Chinsa kone kibona nkubwatibire hamma chikaliaga na ire chinga kichu kubwatuka makabesa yo ukwana chinga kichu Mbadi ni gateba bunensi ya Kenya igebonete konyora hekerenge kya makabesa asikeli hegendete koroki uchumi yense.
What is the GDP of Botswana? In US dollar terms, 20 billion. Mauritius is 16 billion. Morocco is 154 billion. But Kenya is 124 billion. So that is one statistic. What is debt to GDP ratio of these countries? Botswana reports 28%. Mauritius reports 87% to GDP. Morocco, it is 70% to GDP. Kenya is 65.5 to GDP. Again, you can see the comparison. What is the economic growth of these countries? The average economic growth. Botswana 1%, Mauritius 4.7%, Morocco 3.3%, Kenya is 4.7%. Again, Kenya can only compare with Mauritius in that. The rest are below. Inflation. The inflation of Botswana is 6.7%, Mauritius 5.8%, Morocco is 4.1%, Kenya is 5.2% average inflation. Right now it's even below that. Fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit for Botswana is 6.7%. That's the last year. Mauritius 5.8%, Morocco 4.1%, and Kenya was 5.2%. FDI inflows, we were not able to get figures from Botswana, but for Mauritius it's 0.5 billion US dollars, 1.64 for Morocco, and 1.5 for Kenya. The forex reserves is 4.4 billion for Botswana, 12.36 billion for Mauritius, Morocco is 37 billion, Kenya is 9.2 billion. Now, what I'm saying is look at those statistics and tell me why these three countries can all fall under investment grade rating category and Kenya is not. What is it that we are not putting across strongly to improve the credit rating of Kenya? Sometimes we feel that there is unfairness. For example, when there are riots in France, people are all over the streets. We see Capitol Hill attacked in the US, almost killing the speaker. We see military vehicles moving in towns in the US. That is actually democracy. That is the clear demonstration of democracy. In Kenya, you have demonstrations on 7th of July, and the following day, everybody is back to work. Everybody is walking to the office. The only thing that you can feel in the street is the smell of tear gas, and that is chaos, and this country is collapsing. And that is a risk that must be built in our credit rating to downgrade us, because we are not able to demonstrate that going forward, we are going to be able to service our debts.
Omo Governor we County ya Busia Paul Otuma nigo haba wa kuimirana na mabuli ya makongomono korwa se ekamati bunge ye Senate igoro yogotumeki we chivesa chi county anene kuragwa no mo senator we county ya Mobe Moses Kajwange ukwana chingeke cha wa senator bunigo baba kwichanira asekeli bagani komanya na seki haba kole mirimo abange be county yo babwate myaka wetani 50 nomo bagende to kanu chivesa wetani chiringe milioni yemo hichibonete wekerania magendro si county yo.
Where did 2.4 million go? Because if you are doing all those things you are saying, then there should be natural growth.
So if you have brought numbers that show a 50% decline, this is in the 2023-2024 financial year, you should have already asked for an explanation from your chief officer. You can't do that exercise now. Because if you are seeing these numbers for the first time with us here,
no, Chair,
it's very unfortunate.
We hit a headwind when we were told to stop it until we do some further consultations, and that was entry fee for trailers. And if you look like we have got almost 1,000, or is it 2,000 or 3,000? 1,800 trailers that transit here per day.
1.8 billion. So the opening balance is very critical. There was a difference between the balance as audited the previous year and the opening balance as reflected in the
so ni kama kufunga duka usiku, kesho yake asubuhi unapata maziwa is not at the same level as the previous night.
Yes.
Yeah. So Governor, surely what is that all about? How can your closing balance be different from your opening balance?
Yeah, Chair, I'm also a bit baffled with what I'm saying.
Actually, the team supporting the governor, you saw this finding in the management letter, in the interim report. Why do you want to expose yourselves to ridicule?
I think we should bring all the CVs of the young accountants looking for work from Busia alone, Governor, so that those 60-year-olds can go home and allow the young people to do this math.
But they seem to be seeing these things now here. I mean, the governor is saying he's baffled. I don't know. Chair, what are we doing here? You know, Chair, let's just be honest. Let's just be honest, Chair. What exactly are we doing here? Are we carrying out audit, or what exactly are we doing here? I don't understand.
So mwanjo mulgele tanyora ya tekire chigosoli nige timu ya Harambee Stars yawa kegosoka kuroige emergency hemambia lero gochia sense ya Burundi urenchire yemo yogo chigosoli cha FIFA Africa of Nation omwaka ho 2026 hasbege timu ya Basubati ya Harambee Stars nero agenda tukwirigani ase chigosoli chirimutwe.
Mimi naweza sema kitu ya kwanza, naweza shukuru God kwa kunipa hiyo opportunity kwa first time yangu ya kwanza kuingia senior team. Juu si rahisi, lazima work hard na ujibelieve na kuwa na confidence ndio uweze kupata hiyo opportunity. Nataka ni work hard na hizo vitu makocha wanafunza nishike haraka. Walizo najua si ngumu na pia si rahisi. So ni kujituma na work hard.
Okay, my name is Elizabeth Mteshi, nacheza midfield. So me kupata hii senior call up my first feel so great and amazing cause tulikuwa pa last time I was in the under 20 team, that was in 2023, and when we played against Cameroon, coach told us that guys go back there, work hard, mpate call up ya senior team, and mkifika hapa senior team muonyeshe what you can have. And me, I'm here today and I'm so good. I'm thanking God for this far because I'm work hard and nipate call up. So I'm hoping I'm giving my best here so that I can remain in the team and work for my country and show what I have.
asorbo turuma njomo ligeliano koja kolera ya tikiri Chinsa Inye chabo no batukongwa kirambe mono asoko chora na kwemanyi kurukisi TV na ramandegere yo mogusi ilitirane CYRUS NYAKUNDI na agosa birotu arobutuko na boigo boligerelia uborobuya
aya na ya tikiri chinga kiechi